Kai, what's up, man?
Man, it's another beautiful day on the planet. How's it going, Mr. Rose?
Are those shoes sparkly enough?
Hey, man, 9-volt batteries work, baby. How you doing?
I'm all good, all good. How's it going?
Man, it's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If my life was doing any better, I think it was a setup. I'm really blessed. I'm happy, you know. I'm still here. I'm doing what I love to do, and people are paying me. It's funny, I was on stage the other night, and I was telling the audience how I know I'm blessed. Because I stand on stage and say silly, giggly shit, and they give me money. So it's a great life.
When it comes to comedy, when did you know that this is what I want to do?
I think right after high school, because in high school I was in all the plays, but I was always funny, but I didn't know nobody would pay me for it, you know? And then I saw Eddie Murphy. This was like '84 when I saw Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was the hottest thing in the whole wide world, not just comedy, but anywhere. He saved Saturday Night Live. If he hadn't started that show would be gone. He had done 48 Hours, Trading Places, his first Beverly Hills Cop, could wear the hell out of a red leather suit, and he wasn't but 23 years old. He was rich enough to pee cream, and he got all that telling jokes. I said, shit, I've been funny my whole life. I didn't know people give you money like that, so I went and got some Red Fox albums. I went down to my mama's basement where I was living anyway, and I stood in that mirror and played them albums and them jokes until I could tell them like they was mad.
Wow.
And that started me doing jokes, and then I went and did comedy in the street. I was standing on State Street, tell jokes and pass my hat, and white folks would come up and just hand me money, and I liked it. Yeah, I said, I think I'll stick with that.
See, the thing that is interesting about what you just laid out is, first of all, why did you go get the Red Fox albums?
That was the albums. That was what everybody laughed at back then. Red Fox was the man. Red Fox was very different. He could be blue without using the profanity.
So you got the Red Fox albums, not the Richard Pryor albums?
No, the Richard Pryor came a little later. Richard Pryor came a little later.
Oh, no, I got you, because you talk about, because again, so when you talked about, we talked about that. So at that particular point, so you had Red.
Right.
And Pryor came later.
Yeah.
Now, once you did that, did you then begin to study other comedians?
Exactly.
Was Dick Gregory in that mix? Was Bill Cosby in that mix?
Gregory
Mom Maisley in that mix?
Definitely in that mix. Dick Gregory was in that mix because of being a pioneer, you know, going and playing at the Playboy Club, and wasn't no other black entertainers doing it. He sat there and be able to say what he wanted to say, and went from making like $45 a night to $45,000 because he was on that show. That sort of woke me up. Looking at Bill Cosby, who could do all his stuff clean and be funny by telling stories, that sort of woke me up. But I also studied Lenny Bruce, you know, and Lenny Bruce was the reason that we could have a Red Fox. Because Lenny Bruce went to court and lost all his money fighting for our right to say what we want to say, how we want to say it on stage. Because we couldn't cuss on stage. And so he would deliberately cuss.
Now somebody's watching and going, hold up, there was a point where comedians couldn't cuss on stage?
Oh, you couldn't cuss on most stages, especially in New York. Certainly couldn't cuss on television. And you're talking, Lenny Bruce was 1960s. And so they would have these laws, and so he would go to court and fight because he has a right to say what he wants to say. And they said, no, you can't say that around here. And then he'd go back and do it again. He would sometimes stand in a theater and there'd be 35 uniformed cops standing there with their arms folded, waiting for him to cuss. And he would do an hour performance without cussing. Then he'd say, F you and good night. And they'd arrest him and take him to court. And so he ended up broke because he fought for that right. Because he fought for that right, a Richard Pryor could come along and speak in his authentic voice. You know, because you can't really tell a story about the hookers and whores and the prostitutes without putting some cussing in there. And he was able to say it without having to try to, you know, bend his words, which is real interesting, because when you look at Def Jam opened the door up for comics to come on and just really curse and do their thing in a comedy format.
Right.
And we hadn't seen a lot of that, which in turn sort of mistriggered a lot of young guys who thought they were comics because they thought the profanity was the humor.
Right. I mean, it's interesting you say that because I was a huge Def Jam fan. And we're talking about Def Jam comes out. You didn't go to the party or the club until after Def Jam came on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You were not saying, oh, I'll catch the repeat this weekend. No, you want to see that new episode when it came out. And you're absolutely right. As somebody who loves comedy, who's seen many comedians, you could tell when a person would come on and they were cussing and you were like, dude, you're not funny. You just cussing. As
that happened later though, Roland. Because the first guys that came?
No, I mean the first guys. That's what I'm talking about. I watched it through its entirety. And that was the point. It became to the point where, no. Cussing became a crutch as opposed to, no. You got to actually have something to say. I always tell people all the time, there's rhythm to cussing. You don't play a certain note at a certain time because it don't go with the rest of the song. It's rhythm. And that was a thing for me. And again, as a fan, you could tell you sitting there going, so when he gonna get to a joke?
Yeah.
Because I done heard of MFF, I heard everything.
But if the curse word is the joke, then you don't have a joke.
Right.
You don't have a joke. You just have shock value, and you hope people go for it. And unfortunately, the people who watched Def Jam, a lot of people misinterpreted it, and they thought that because these comics would curse when they did comedy, that's what they was riding on, but they weren't. You know, I mean, you're talking the great Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac got me on the first season of Def Jam.
Oh.
You know, he put me on. They didn't know me from Adam. He said, you got to put him on. I didn't know anything about it. He said, Michael, you get on this show. And I ended up doing 6 seasons after that, you know, but I went on and killed him, but I didn't know.
Because that episode, when Bernie came out there with his picture on those jeans and that multicolored shirt, when he said, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
There it is.
I'm talking, I saw it every week. That was, up until that point, I had not seen anybody who walked out and who said, I'm gonna take New York City on and I'm gonna punch your ass in the mouth.
He had such courage and such wisdom, but he was a black man.
Right.
See, Roland, black men are rare. Niggas everywhere. You could open the glove compartment of your car and 4 niggas fall out. But black men who have integrity for their community, their family, their God, very rare. That was Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was just, he wouldn't step on nobody to get up. He would lift other people every place he went. He was just an awesome person. And that he got me on that show was big for me. And then when I got my little show on BET, he was one of the first stars who said, yeah, I'm coming. And then he came on and acted like it was a big thing that I had. And Mike, you got your show. He was genuinely happy for your success. We need more of that. We need black men who champion other black men.
I'm Deborah Owens, America's Wealth Coach, and my new show, Get Wealthy, focuses on the things that your financial advisor and bank isn't telling you, but you absolutely need to know. So watch Get Wealthy on the Black Star Network.
So that's why I think if people, when they look at the Kings of Comedy, that one part when they were on a basketball court, and he said, y'all ain't gonna get me a show. And he, because at that point, Steve had gotten a show, D.L. had a show, Sid had a show. And really what Bernie was saying, and again, not detracting from those three, but what Bernie was saying is, I'm way too real for y'all to give a show. And I tell people all the time that when you are that real, that authentic, and that liberated, that doesn't just scare white people. That scares some black people.
Yeah, it does. And that's why you need some really clever people to see what you're doing, because that's also unique and authentic. And that's what society pays for. Unique, authentic, something like nobody ever seen before, you know, and that's what he was. Nobody ever seen anything like that before. So you look past the vulgarity, you know, because he wasn't vulgar. He was sometimes profane, and there's a difference.
What's the difference?
You know?
What's vulgar? What's profane?
Okay, well, I heard you say motherfucker, so I guess I can say what I want. Okay, so like,
I mean, I own this
I don't
shit.
like it. Okay, I don't like it when people come on stage and just say pussy, just because they can say pussy, 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 pussy. See, I ain't that kind of motherfucker. But I will say this about pussy. Okay, let me get this right. Okay, pussy is good. Succulent, tasty, tender, delicious. Pussy's so good, women even like it now. Now, the difference in that is that I'm explaining the situation while making fun of the situation while I'm utilizing the same situation. Now, just like I was on the show the other night in Atlanta, and a comic was talking about eating ass. We're in a crowded room with mature adults. Some people have meals on the table talking about eating ass. And I was like, I would never eat ass again. And I would, but so you could take the words and be profane and have fun with it. Or you could just hit people in the face with a motherfucker or a fuck just because you think that's what the joke is.
Right.
And it's not it. It's about playing with it, having fun with it. You know, like my man Samuel Jackson. Nobody can say motherfucker like Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson say motherfucker besides me.
This is who I think gives Sam a run for his mother with motherfucker.
Who?
Jennifer Lewis.
Oh, no one's like Jennifer Lewis. There ain't no humans like Jennifer.
That's
what I'm talking about.
I'm saying,
you want to talk about unique and authentic? Yeah, she can say motherfucker.
In fact, I had this this treatment for a show when we were pitching, and hell, I knew when we had the meeting that wasn't gonna happen. And I had a segment called "I Wish a Motherfucker Would." No. I wouldn't call it. No. I know what it was. The segment was called "This Motherfucker," and I was sitting here trying to figure out, dang, who would I get, Sam or Jennifer, to do the intro? I said, hell, I had to get both of them to do it. That's what I'm saying. I think
that would be awesome.
I think so. Sam, I mean, that's his word.
Yeah, he read that word very well.
But Jennifer, did you see that video of Jennifer and is it Josh Gad? They were sitting here doing this thing. It was all on YouTube. Hold up, let me put this up. Doc, let me tell you something. That was, when I say that's one of the funniest thing I have seen, because Jennifer ain't got no sense whatsoever.
And no filter.
None.
No filter. She gonna say whatever the fuck she feels like saying. And I went and saw her at the New York Public Theater in New York with Meryl Streep. And they were doing a classic piece. And when Jennifer was on stage, Meryl was standing next to her. You ain't even see Meryl no more. Jennifer would open her mouth and you forget Meryl was in this play. It was amazing. It was amazing.
All right, so I'm about to play this here, and this is Jennifer. This is let me go right here. Let me turn this down. Let me turn this down. All right, cool. So here we go. So this was when The Wedding Ringer came out, and she was in it. Josh Gad was in it. Kevin Hart, he introduces this. It's on YouTube. Let me wait till Kevin get past this. All right, so I'm gonna put this here. What?
We're on the set of The Wedding Ringer with Josh. I don't think so. We're on the set of The Wedding Ringer with Jennifer. You know, this is a stupid motherfucker right here. Are you seeing the same stupid motherfucker to my right? No, I don't know what this white boy think he is, because nobody call me no stupid motherfucker. I don't even understand what this motherfucking bitch is talking about, because two motherfuckers standing in the same place at the same time, paradoxical. Oh, I see, so you gonna call me a bitch. Let me tell you something, bitch, please. You the only motherfucker come up in this motherfucker and call somebody a bitch. You know what? I don't even want to hear the fucking word bitch again. If I hear it, I'm gonna unleash some titties all over your fucking face. Yeah, tell me something. This motherfucker called me a bitch? I'm Jennifer motherfucking Lewis. I've done 63 motherfucking films, 259 television shows, and 4 Broadway shows. Don't fuck with me. This motherfucker called me a motherfucker. Let me tell this motherfucker something. I've done 4 movies, 1 show, and I watch a lot of TV. Fuck this. Motherfucker.
She does, unfortunately, she don't know how not to be brilliant. She can't even say hello without being brilliant.
Right.
That woman is, man, she's a force of nature. Yeah, she's an amazing person. I used to throw I still throw an annual Christmas party. It's my way of knowing I'm still here. So no matter what happens, every year I have this party. And I was living in Diamond Bar at the time, and I only invite you and a guest. And I only invite my friends to the party. I don't care if you're a celebrity, I don't invite my friends. So she knows it's her and one guest. And you gotta be on time, because we do the prayer at 5 o'clock and then we start eating. She come in right on time at 7:20. The bitch kicked the door open and walked in with 11 people and says, Jennifer Lewis. And that was it. She didn't say hi. She ain't say shit. And they walked in like they'd been there the whole fucking night, sat down, started eating, feeding themselves. Jennifer Lewis is very amazing, very amazing. And she had sang a song that day. She said, I'm going to sing a song. They want me to sing a song. I didn't want to sing. I just came to eat. So they want me to sing a song. And I have to tell you a story. I was walking.
First, you saying they wanted me to sing a song, and it's your party.
Yeah.
You ain't asked nobody
I ain't
to sing.
said shit to this bitch.
So first, it's they.
Yeah,
not
they,
Michael.
Like all of y'all, they wanted me to sing. And she's sitting here like she runs shit. They wanted me to sing a song. So I tell you a story. I was walking through a field, a big field, and I saw a light. Something was hovering. And it sat down, and I had to go to the light. And I got there, and there was these little men coming out of a ship. And they came up to me and they said, are you Jennifer Lewis? I said, yes, bitch. I'm Jennifer Lewis. And they said, we want you to come with us because we want you to play our mother in a movie. And then she did a whole song about how she has played everybody's mama in Hollywood. So now the Martians was coming to take the bitch back to Mars. So she's a phenomenal force of nature. Yeah. And she is comedy. She's the definition of comedy, man. You know?
But see, the thing about that is, so Guy Torrey told me this. I'd love to get your take on it.
Great man. Great man.
So you said she's a comedian, but you didn't say she's a comic. So here's why. So George Lopez has an annual golf tournament, and George asked me to host it.
Okay.
I was like, the hell? So I'm out there, I'm hosting, and I'm doing what I do when I host. And I can act a fool when I'm hosting stuff.
And when you're not.
And right, absolutely. And so Guy, I hadn't met Guy before. So Guy had just dropped by, and Guy was like, dog, you're funny as hell. So we were just sitting, I go back out, whatever. And so then we crossed paths many times. He was on Tom Jones Morning Show, we all kind of doing stuff. And Guy said, dude, your ass, you a damn comedian. He said, you're not a comic. He said, comic is your profession. And I was like, man, I said, I just do what I do. I don't consider that to be, I said, call it whatever you want to call it. But it was interesting how he defined it. He said, so there are people who are funny, who are comedians. He said, but they're not comics. They're not doing stand-up. They're not doing, and I thought that was interesting how he separated the two, because there are some folks say, oh, they're a comic. No, they're not a comic. Like Tom Hanks, when he did a lot of the sitcoms. And remember later he did that movie where he was a stand-up comedian. The first time he got on stage, he's like, no, I'm not a comedian. He said, I'm not a comic, even though he was doing comedy shows. I thought that was interesting how he broke that down.
See, I thought he was just acting comedically, like a lot of people do.
So what is that? So what is that? How do you see that?
A comedic actor. I see it as a comedic actor.
Got it.
I think a comic, for me, a comic who is a comedian who does more light fare. They tell jokes. I think a comedian is more immersed in this field. They come from a space like to do great comedy, you have to have a point of view.
Right.
You gotta be coming from somewhere. You can't just do some jokey jokes and have fun and gags and shit. I think that's what comics do. I think comedians have more depth. You know what I'm saying? Like I joke about this COVID shit because I had it. And I had him for 13 days. I beat that bitch ass. I fucked him up so bad, he thought he got jumped on by the Crips, the Bloods, and the Blackstone Rangers. That bitch lived out my house. COVID left my house and apologized. So what I talk about is how I beat this motherfucker up with natural modalities. I didn't take no vaccine or none of that shit. Echinacea gold seal, black seed oil, elderberry syrup, olive oil of oregano, basic stuff that builds your immune system. I bust that motherfucking head, like Bernie Mac would say to the White Meat Show, and then motherfucker got the fuck out my house with a swiftness, So that's like a point of view. I'm talking about a particular thing, that people understand and can relate to, because there's a culture of fear out here about this whole COVID thing. You gotta take the vaccine or you're infecting other people. No one talks about the truth of the matter that it's your fucking body, and they shouldn't be asking you what's in it and have you taken a vaccine or not, or trying to force you to take anything, because if we allow that, what's next? Then they get to sterilize or they get to lobotomize, because this your shit. And when the Bible talks about your temple,
some folks do need
that's your
lobotomy,
body.
but
some do, and with a swiftness.
Some folks.
Quit talking about Jennifer Lewis. So go ahead. I love her so much.
Some folks need that. Some folks need that.
Are the only bins that will accommodate larger rollerboards.
They put 10 in here?
10, and you don't come out till you die. And you eat him, you hoop 10.
Oh my God.
So what?
What I enjoy about, in terms of what I see what's funny, I think timing and
very important,
and the moment, and because not everybody's quick, not everybody can come up with something that's just natural, and then you sort of just in that moment and then sort of bring it back. That to me, I think what's also great. I think it's just like and again, there's no disrespect to a lot of comedians out there, but I sort of get offended when there's these television people have this view that, well, only comedians could sort of host this. I'm like, no, not true. I said, because there are also other gifts that you can bring to the table. And again, how do you define what carries it? I've gone to events and I'm sitting there and looking at somebody who's an MC and I'm like, why they pick them? Now, they're funny in what they do on a regular basis.
Let's talk about that.
But this is different, because when you're hosting something, you having it's like.
You gotta be engaging.
You gotta be engaging. You gotta keep us on time. Stuff ain't happening.
You gotta be spontaneous.
And then you gotta be spontaneous. And ain't no script. And so you're sort of like the maestro, and you gotta keep everybody from falling asleep.
Exactly. You gotta keep them excited.
And then let's not even talk about there's an auction involved, and they gotta make some money. See, it's a whole lot of.
I wanna jump on this thing about the MCs with all these comedy shows that try to come. They come in dies. I watched them time and time again. How many times did they try to do Def Jam again? How many times P. Diddy had one? So many people have shows, and the main thing they're missing is the kick-ass MC. Those shows don't mean shit if you don't have a kick-ass
There you go.
MC. You know Def Jam was created for Robin Harris, and then Robin Harris up and died. So they gave it to his protege, Martin Lawrence. And Martin Lawrence was fabulous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you got a good MC,
Right.
it don't really matter who the hell the comics are.
Right.
So the audience is waiting to see what shit you gonna do next.
There you go.
What is this fool gonna do when he come back?
Yep.
You know? And so we keep getting these shows where they put guys on that are lukewarm as MCs.
See, that's why it's interesting as you laid it out. That's why, for me, it's sort of the exact same thing when I go to banquets and I go to events. And I'm like, y'all, everybody can't MC the event.
Everybody.
I'm like, everybody can't sit up there and do this thing.
They
Everybody
take a newscaster and think because he's a newscaster he can MC.
And some can, but
Some can.
And it's like
most can.
And it's like, I need you to take a seat because again, you have to be able to sit. I'll tell you, it's so funny. We were at the Congressional Black Caucus, so I ain't got no sense. Admitted that I have none. So they asked me to MC this program. It was the Motown reception.
Okay.
Michael. And Henry's sitting over there, because Henry was on camera. Henry was behind the camera, so I'm emceeing this deal. So Michael, we come on out there, and we at this event. And so then, somebody forgot the awards.
Wait, I'm sorry. I missed something. Somebody forgot to bring the awards to the awards show?
Somebody forgot to bring the awards to the awards show. So, we ain't got no awards. We got honorees. We ain't got no awards. Now, the event was sponsored by the 3 automakers. It was Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler. And dog, when I say I'm just swinging on everybody. So then they had these lanyards that were glittery, that were blingy. So I then went and grabbed several and I said, well, these will be substitute awards for the night. So I mean, I'm just kidding. So then I'm talking about, I'm just like, the room is just like falling out. I'm just like, hitting hard. So they had like a break. So they come, they said, hey, if you could you not mention, we got sponsors? Could you not mention, the award snafu? And I was like, oh, okay. So then I go back to the microphone. I said, y'all know what just happened backstage? They actually asked me not to mention they didn't bring the awards. Dude, I'm talking about.
They had to fall out when you said
dog, crying. I'm telling people, it was crazy just going. This how bad I killed that room. They invited me back to MC that event for 4 years.
They didn't know they did.
They didn't. Because the dude who put the program on was so, and the dude who put the program on was like, damn. I was like, bruh.
And he didn't get it.
We ain't get,
he didn't
the
get
room is crying, laughing.
Yeah, and that was the whole point.
I'm like, bruh, you gotta make light of no awards. I'm like, what the hell?
I do a morning show 5 days a week on YouTube.
I hate folks who ain't got no sense of humor.
Well, I do the show, and on my show, everyone has the mandate to either be funny or be interesting. Don't come on my show and be boring. I'm gonna talk about your ass, and you're gonna have a long walk back to the car.
I said that's how I feel. Again, whether I'm watching the show, whether I'm sitting here at a program, I'm like, look, your job as the MC. You are the glue.
You gotta be entertaining. Yeah.
You gotta be entertaining. You gotta be. If somebody came on the show and they were not funny in their bunk, you get to make fun of their ass. It was just like when somebody do something stupid in this awards program, I'm gonna make light of what somebody did.
And that's what people will laugh at.
Oh, bro.
Because they see it too. The faux pas is when you act like you didn't see the stuff that's right in front of you that's laughable.
Dude, we had the ELC dinner. Sean Gables and I co-hosting, so they were sitting there. They gave us a script that was that thick. So they want us to come to rehearse. I said, I'm sorry, I don't do rehearsal for the programs I host. One, y'all ain't paying enough. And I don't need to rehearse. So she's like, what are we gonna do? I said, the script is a guide.
Exactly.
Guide.
Script is a guide.
Guide. So before the show, dog, so they had all these honorees. And so before the show, I walked them back, and then Colin Powell goes, he said, "There's that ugly man." I was like, "You may have 4 goddamn stars, but I will cut your ass calling me up." So when when the program started, we had to introduce each one of the honorees. Shit, I retold the story. And she was like, I was Colin Powell. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna retell the story. So then they had Magic Johnson. Then they had Emmitt Smith there. Now I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I hate them more than I hate the Klan. Oh my God. Like, you don't understand. I hate Matter of fact, you were wearing the Cowboys colors with them shoes. That's some bullshit.
Oh,
But
wow, I didn't know.
When I say I hate the Cowboys, again, I despise every element of Dallas Cowboy. So Emmitt Smith was being honored, and I was like, yeah, Emmitt Smith here, clap, Super Bowl win. I said, Emmitt, do me a favor, lean back so I can look at your white pack, because I don't give a damn about you. And so, dude, going crazy. So, one point, Sean is standing next to me, and I had 2 phones, and so she's like, she goes, well, she said something about working out. She's like, well, you know, you really need to work out. And instinctively, I sort of looked back at her ass, and I was like, yeah, you might want to do some extra work too. And so again, so my whole deal is, so when you're in that moment,
You're supposed to just have fun.
my deal, you use anything. So is that how it is for you as well? Do you make it clear to folks, or when you're trying to instruct somebody? No. Everything is a part of the mix. Anything.
Everything
can be
is
used.
game. It's all game.
All game.
All of it is part of it. All of anything that you can find is funny. Because once again, at the end of the day, you have to be entertaining. I'm a much better host than I am a comedian, and I'm a great comedian. But my hosting shit is off the chain because I know how to read a room. How to see who is there, see what fits, what does not fit, what's gonna make people laugh without offending them. Like, you know, I love cussing. Cussing, that's my shit. But I just got hired to do a church in Houston, the Impact Church. And the only thing was, you can't do no cussing, you need to do an hour. And we're gonna put white buckets on the stage. And every time you cuss, you got to put $100 in that bucket. I did 2 one-hour shows. Only end up putting in $100, and that was 50 and 50. I damn slipped because I thought it was in the Bible. And I started to say hell, but I didn't say the second L. So I figured if I don't say the second L, you can't charge me the whole damn 50. And even the logic of that.
You didn't use ass? Because ass all in the Bible.
Ass is all in the Bible.
That's all biblical.
They said that before they said donkey. But I didn't want to do it because the place was full of politicians and clergy and all this, right? And I did
Mike,
it.
I would have cussed. You
But
know,
not me,
you know
because
how many times I cussed in church?
What?
I done cussed numerous
you
times
cuss.
in church.
But
Oh.
you know, here's the thing too. I don't do a job for the job I got. I already get that job. I do the job for the 10 jobs I'm gonna get from that job.
Right.
So if I know what the confines is, I stay within that confines so I can get more work.
So here's how I would have done that. I would have went ahead and cussed, and then when they were like, I'm like, first of all, I don't know why y'all gassed, because a bunch of y'all were cussing the parking lot attendant out when you couldn't park in your favorite spot in the parking lot. So stop fronting. All of y'all, God know y'all sitting here lying, so stop your gasking, and you're full of it. So you know this.
And this is what the inexperienced comedian would do.
What?
I won't even say inexperienced. I'll say the comedian who don't really get it.
Right.
They'll go out and say, fuck the rules. I can't tell you how many times I've been with comics who come out and they say, yeah, they told me don't cuss, but fuck that, you know? And they have disrupted the whole thing that was put together.
Right.
And they trusted you. Because that's the thing, as the host, there's a trust put upon you to, first of all, entertain, like you said.
Right.
Not to put a bunch of motherfuckers to sleep.
No,
we
hold on.
trust you not to
But
put
that's
people
the
to sleep.
host, right?
As the host.
Right. Now, I always say when you the keynote speaker, you got carte blanche.
You have carte blanche to a certain
When you're the
extent.
keynote speaker, I'm not saying. First of
Don't
all, we can't be at the church and say motherfucker.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm saying that's my point. You can't throw that out. I'm saying you can't. I mean, you still are at the church.
Okay, you still are at the church.
Okay. So if you throw out as, that's biblical. Y'all stop tripping. And then if you have the scripture,
you can get away with a
but if
couple
you have
things
the
like that.
scripture ready,
Yeah.
and you say, "Thus says the Lord," then you're fine. But again, for the
Yes, and they'll holler. If you got the actual script after you say
point.
it, they're gonna roll
my
with
point.
that.
The problem is the person who says "as" who don't know scripture.
Yeah, or who says fuck.
Oh no!
And think, hey, you had a fuck because the Bible, first thing we did is begat.
No.
Everybody been begat and they fucking all in the Bible. So you could go there.
Right, but you got but see, to me it's like, so I did one, and I said you know, I shout out my wife, Reverend Dr. Jackie Hood Martin. I said
That was your wife's name?
I said
You
great.
said that way too fast.
Right,
Say
but
her name again.
You
said that shit like one word. You got to break
That's right. No, I ain't break it up.
Okay.
And that's why. And I then say, I said the greatest thing. I said the good thing is by being married to a preacher. I said, because you know, if you don't feel like going to church, I said on the first Sunday, just go to the kitchen, get some bread, have a blessing. You can be right there in the bed. Y'all have Last Supper. I said, and then I have great appreciation. I said, because when you got married to a preacher, I said she can lay hands on you at any time.
Wow.
And
Okay.
you just let it sit there.
Right.
And the room just go, and I was like, Yeah, some of y'all might catch that when you driving down the freeway and get to the house. I did that. Reverend Floyd Flake, he said, the realness come up here and say he had a preacher so she can lay hands on him anytime. I said, that's precisely what I said, Reverend. See again, now that was a sexual joke, but it wasn't as you say, wasn't vulgar.
Right, it wasn't vulgar. And it wasn't even profane because you didn't use
there you go
words.
But
it was innuendo.
There you go.
Yeah.
And they got it.
Yeah.
And we in church.
Yeah.
And so folks get it. And then when you follow that thing up, well, the marriage bed is undefiled. And he knows scripture. Oh, he knows scripture. See, it's the people.
You can get away with a lot of stuff in the church if you know the scripture that's near it.
There you go.
You know, and that is very great. I do want to say, I don't like to throw shade. So when I was talking about these shows that didn't work because the MCs weren't the proper MCs, I don't want any comic out there contacting me and say, oh man, you saying I didn't do an MC? I ain't throwing no shade. I believe in live and let live. Everybody do what they do. Every one of those comics that MC'd any of those shows make more than me. So they're making a living and they're happy at what they do. So it's not an attack.
No, but
it was an observation.
Yes, and the observation is simply some folk ain't good at it. It's just, again, look, Doc, I've been there.
They might be good at it, but not good enough to turn it into a star vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. You got to be so good that, like you said, we ain't going to the club till we see the shit. Because it's that good.
Or for me, when you're in that room, and again, I go back to when I talk about when I go to an event. My deal is, I want folk, when they go get in that car, say, but that boy is a fool.
Yeah.
He ain't got no sense whatsoever. Because I want them to forget they were at a 2.5-hour banquet.
Yes.
See, to me, that's the thing. And so sort of the same thing. To me, if you MCing a show, you want those folk 4-5 days later still talking about that event you hosted.
Let me shout out
that show you
the Huff Awards. Maybelline Ephraim does the Huff Awards every year. HUF, honoring unsung fathers. And so they have 8 categories for fathers, for black fathers. And they give them an award, and all the money, they raise the money to give scholarships to kids.
Right.
We've done 18 years of it. I've done 15 of them. I know why they bring me back.
Right.
Because it's church, it's grandmamas, it's kids, and I'm going to do ridiculous stuff.
They
got furs. In between almost every break, I go put on a different fur. It's ladies' furs, it's men's furs. I'll do a thing where I have the players walk. So I have all these older gentlemen come up in their nice suits, and we take turns walk, show off the jewelry, show off our shoes, break your hat, stuff that they ain't gonna see, and it's gonna be engaging.
Which means that, again, that's where you work the room.
You work the room. You see who's there. You're not relying on your stale jokes that you tell every week all over the country.
Which requires, and see, that's why I go back to, which requires, when we talk about paying attention. That was the whole point of someone paying attention. To me, the really great, when I've seen shows, is the observant comedian who sees everything, who sees shoes, hair, belt, see y'all over that chat.
How you walk.
See y'all over there hugged up, how you walked in, all of that, and then and they use it and then integrate it into the show, and you sitting there like, yo,
without making people, here's the other thing, without making people feel bad.
Yeah.
To be able to have fun with people without them feeling bad about you making fun about them, they don't feel like the butt of the joke. They feel like they're part of the joke.
Right.
And they can go tell all their friends, oh, he's talking about how my belt was too tight. You know, where they say it in such a way where they walk out joyful for the evening, and then you're triumphant. They're just artists who go out just to win for themselves, but you don't win if
Pull up a chair, take your seat. The Black Tape with me, Dr. Greg Carr, here on the Black Star Network. Every week, we'll take a deeper dive into the world we're living in. Join the conversation only on the Black Star Network.
What situation have you been in? Or who have you looked at where you've been somewhere? You've been at a show or you've been at an event, and then you were in the audience. You were actually an audience member, and you sat there and went, okay, he good. All right, she good. I like how they did that right there. Do you find yourself?
No, you know who
do you find
truly
yourself
surprised me?
deconstructing? Yeah, go.
Who surprised me?
Right.
Steve Harvey surprised me. And it wasn't a comedy show. He was talking to 100 young black boys in his mentoring.
Right.
And he was funny, and he was so brilliant that it made me go look stuff up. And I'm well read, so I loved.
Right.
And at one point, these kids, who's all their mamas, were sitting in the back. All of them were sitting in the front, and a couple started whispering to each other. And he stopped and he said, "You know what you ain't gonna do? You ain't gonna sit up in here and whisper at my thing. You 100 was selected out of 3,000. You ain't got to be here. So you, and I'm a cuss." He said, "I'm a cuss, because I will throw your little ass out of here. I know your mama back there, but I will throw your ass out and tell your mama she shouldn't have brought your ass here." And he said it
right.
in such a way where it was funny, and all them little boys, they sat up. And then he started tutoring in such a way, stuff that I didn't even think about. When he talked about the vision board, which I have a vision board.
Right.
Yeah, vision board. Almost everybody successful has a vision board. He talked about he has it on his phones, all his phones, the iPad, everything. I always talked about it, but I hadn't looked into it too deeply. And then he went into the Bible, and the Bible says that if you want a thing, you gotta write it down, make it plain. I just didn't expect it from him. I just didn't expect. Yeah, Habakkuk. I just didn't know that he had that level of depth in his communication skills with large audiences. I knew he was funny, I knew he was smart, but I had no idea. I was blown away by that.
Now I'll tell you who is not a comic and is not a comedian, who is absolutely hilarious.
Who was that?
Regina Hall. Bruh.
Regina Hall is one of the funniest women on the planet. Regina Hall, did you see the thing she did with the guy who had just got out of prison? He plays his prison. He plays Jackson. His name is something Jackson. And he an ex-con, but he a con man. And she plays his wife. Now in this, she don't play his wife. She plays his parole officer. Regina, she's unsung. She's unsung. She's bad.
American Black Film Festival, and I forgot who they honored, and she presented. Bruh, just killed.
And it's without effort.
Dude, in fact, so when they were this was the American Black Film Festival honors that was here in LA.
Okay.
But when Girls Trip came out, they were at ABFF in Miami at the actual film festival. My plane got delayed. I couldn't make the interview, and so basically the producers did the interview. So it was Malcolm Lee, the director. It was Regina. It was Will Packer, the producer.
Brilliant.
So at the end of the interview, they ask, they say, "Hey, Roland's not here. Can y'all give him a shout out?" And they were like, "Oh, sure." Will that's my frat. It's all good. And then so they go there, and so Regina's like. She's like, "Roland, where the fuck you at? We here. How the fuck you ain't here, but we here." Dude, we was like, okay, we didn't say that, Ro. That was all Regina. Bro, it was so damn hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I was going back through our drops for the show. I was going back through the drops.
Right.
And she was on, it was her, Ice Cube, and Sid. I don't even know what the hell movie they were in.
I don't either.
I don't even know what the hell movie they were in. I don't know what the hell they were promoting. And Regina, so they were all doing the drop, and I think she was like, "You're watching Rollerbar Unfiltered." Pulls her blouse down and just showing top of her breast. She like, "See, Unfiltered." Dude, she is.
That was enough.
She is, so forget just in the movie, what is written. It's just how I've seen her.
She's just naturally funny.
Dude.
And with no effort. I think there's been enough said about Tiffany Haddish. But let me say one more thing. That bitch is fabulous. She is funny no matter how what the situation, where you put her. I've watched her in so many interviews with so many varying type of people. It doesn't matter what the environment is. She shines because she has this inner courage about who she is and what she's going to do. And the kudos I really want to give her is she brings people. She brings people along. As she go, all these comics and stuff she used to fuck with, she makes sure all of them get work and all of them get paid. And that is something that's salutable. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of truly great artists unsung. Tony Roberts is stupid funny, and he needs to get on more. It's so many great artists out there. And I do a show in the morning, and the show I do, we put a comic on every morning. We've done 254 shows. I put on 230 comics that nobody's seen before.
See, when I had my TV One show, we had our segment Wild Not Wednesdays. There was 4. We had 3 comedians on.
Right.
And so Tony Woods was on,
I spent the whole weekend with him.
and didn't know until Dave Chappelle got the Mark Twain Award how when Dave publicly thanked him from the stage, and first of all, every time I see Tony, he's always come from overseas. I said, Tony, do you ever get booked in the United States? I said, nobody like you in the U.S. Because he's always like, man, I just came from Japan. I was in Australia. Every time I see him,
so brilliant,
dude. I'm talking about when he would come on the show on Wednesdays, we would be just rolling on the show.
And it's how he says it.
Right.
It don't really. Sometimes though, it sounds like he's mumbling.
Trust me, I know.
Did you ever see Brad Pitt in Snatch?
I know.
I told him Saturday night, we was together all in DC. I did 6 shows in DC this weekend. And every night was together. And he would talk, and you can't understand.
Hold on, y'all did 6 shows where?
In DC at the Comedy Loft.
When was that?
This past weekend.
The motherfucker you didn't call?
I forgot you were in DC.
I'm based in goddamn DC.
I forgot
How
you
the
in
fuck
DC.
you come to DC and you didn't call?
Oh, I would have
You doing
called
6
you.
motherfucking shows
I would have
with
called
Tony.
you quick, fast,
I mean,
and in a
hell,
hurry.
you fucking called me.
He wasn't on the show.
You called me about some other shit out the blue at 5:58, and I'm going live at 6. Oh shit, my bad, Ro. I forgot you.
I'm gonna have to put DC next to your name because I forgot. As soon as I come in town,
Ain't that some shit?
I forgot that's your town. You international, worldwide. I didn't know that you was in that little ass town. I had no idea.
That's some shit.
Oh man, did 6 shows in that
You
place.
fucking called me about all kind of other shit.
All kind of shit.
Just random shit.
I didn't know. My bad. But that fool Tony was there. That fool Tony was there mumbling and stumbling and hilarious. I have to keep making him repeat shit. What the fuck was that? Then when he said it again, you lay on the floor.
Say, bro, no, see, I was in there, I was over here, I came back.
And then when you hear it, you go, oh yeah, shit is sick. You know?
Now, so comedians always say, you know that point when you make comedians just fall out. Give me an example of a moment where they gave you, Mike, that shit was funny. That right there. Because to me, that's that moment when you can make cats who understand the craft just fall out.
Well, when we did Emmett Smith's roast, Dallas and all, when we did his roast, that was really sick. And I think it was so funny that I think they tried to edit some of my shit out. So, because when it started, they had me start the thing, and I was in a big ass ball, a metal ball, and they lowered me from the ceiling into the audience. And I was like, oh, they told me I was gonna be at the top, but I didn't know it was this kind of shit. You know, I didn't know. So I get out, I'm talking shit, I come on the stage, and I line people up. And then I was just able to tell just jokes and play with people. But it was like hilarious shit. And then, of course, the poor boy came up who had a faux pas.
Woo!
And
Jamie just dished.
One of the planet's geniuses is Jamie Foxx. You ain't gonna outdo Jamie. When I had that show, BET Live from LA, that's the first time Jamie wowed me. I've been seeing him on all kind of shows. He came on as a guest to do comedy, and he said, you mind if I play the piano? I didn't know the nigga could play the piano. When I tell you he played the shit and was funny and playing and genius shit, he was brilliant. But when he got his hands on that boy, that roast, it was, Doug Williams, bless your little heart, wherever you are. I hope he's still in the business. But
no, he probably
murdered him.
I think he probably working at UPS or something, because that was.
I haven't heard a lot about him. I think he's still out here though.
Yeah,
he's still out here. But Jamie, man, took his
No,
blades.
you
He took his
can't-
blades and sharpened them. And
Bro, you can't. That was. Some folk don't know. Okay, now I got another one for you. What is the funniest bit you've ever done where you didn't say a word?
I don't know if I have any bits where I never said a word.
Like you didn't say it. It was complete. It was something.
I mean,
and again, I'm not talking about even. I'm talking about whether you were hosting something or whatever, where you didn't say a word, but the room fell out.
I just think for me, it's when I'm casing my own house, because I'm a crackhead. So I did crack for 23 years, and as of March 1st, I have 10 years of sobriety. But I was casing my own house, and I tell a story about how I was casing my own motherfucking house. I'm halfway out the door to TV. Then I realize it's my place. And when I do that, I fucking take off, and for the next 7 minutes, I'm running through whatever room I am, hiding behind chairs, behind things, and people are literally screaming because of the actual guy casing his own house. That was probably the only time I've done something like that was...
I'll say the funniest thing I've ever done, but I didn't say a word. It was the Trumpet Awards. And that year they had, it was Malcolm Jamal Warner and Nicole Ari Parker as hosts. And they had me and Lisa Ray sort of as like
Sidekick.
sidekick, whatever. It made no sense, but we were funny as hell, so we really should have hosted the show. And so this was the year that they gave Don Jackson, Central City Productions, who was the executive producer of the Trumpet Awards, they gave him a Trumpet Award. And Don Cornelius came to present it, okay? So Don Cornelius comes in there, and Don's 70-something. He got these black leather pants on, black leather jacket, boots and everything. And so Michael, Lord have mercy. So Don up there, and he presents Don, and it's two Dons. And Doc, they get to telling stories. Now, mind you, okay, 5 minutes go by, 8 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by.
Wow.
20 minutes go by. now, mind you, Don is the executive producer. He's the one who's in the truck. Hurry this shit up! No, he's on stage.
So it's over.
So you would think the executive producer of the show would know to get his ass off the stage because it's going too damn long. You still got...
But they scared.
You still got... And I'm like, y'all in the truck, but so it's not like anybody in the ear, so they go, Roland, can you go out on stage and just stand behind? So we step out on stage, and you know how you want to step out on stage, you want to step out on stage and you want them to feel your body.
Right.
Which then says, hurry the hell up. Well, that shit didn't work.
That didn't work.
So, straight up, Mike, straight up. So we on stage, we on stage, Michael. And I'm standing behind him. And I'm like, man, these two old ass dudes will not shut the hell up. We still got to present Steve his award. Said got to come out.
Well, are you saying that out loud?
No, this is me.
Okay.
But I'm on stage like, damn. They gonna shut their ass. I mean, dude, this is literally, we're now at the 30-minute, this is one award.
Of them still talking. Did you ever look at your watch?
They are still talking.
Did you ever look at your watch and do that?
Do all that. I mean, we did all that.
And they still keep going.
They still going. So Michael, no lie. So I'm standing there. And there were 3 stools that were sitting on stage after 7 had just performed. I went, mind you, they on this side of the stage.
Right.
The stools are center stage. The show is going on. Audience is all here. I put my hand in my pocket, and this is how I walk over. grab the 2 stools, just like this here. Sit them behind them and go, why don't you just sit y'all ass down since we're gonna be here all night? Dude, the room lost it. I'm talking about lost it. Steve Harvey, after it was over, Steve Harvey said, Roland, I've seen some funny shit in my career. He said, that shit, he said, how you snatched the chairs and the whole wall. He said, Doc, that was, see, to me, that's one of those things I'm talking about. Whether you're hosting or whatever.
It's a moment.
It's a moment.
It's a moment.
Where you just sit there and you like, it ain't playing, it's not, it is
and
just.
once again, you did what everybody in that audience wanted to do.
There you go.
And that's what makes you win in those rooms.
Dude.
You do what they were thinking, but they don't have the courage to say.
But see, that's where you're going back to your point about hosting. Somebody's supposed to say what everybody else afraid to say.
Exactly.
Which is why I think we are in trouble today with comedy. Because I have long said, you got these folks on these college campuses who acting a fool, everybody's sensitive. 3 people in the audience don't like a joke, so they go on Facebook, they whine and complain. Now you gotta sit here, do I apologize, all this sort of stuff. I have long said that there are 2 places in America that should be the last, that will be the last bastion of you speak truth and say stuff that other people don't want to say. And that's the pulpit and the comedy stage. I think if we, I firmly believe that. I believe that if we get to the point where we are putting constraints on comedians,
And we already are.
we are going to lose a lot, because that's the place where
We need freedom.
nothing is truly off limits.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole idea, oh my God, they said this, they said that. And I was like, Don Rickles insulted
Everybody.
everybody
Everybody.
and was hilarious.
He was hilarious.
But this whole idea, well, no, that was mean-spirited, that was,
It's a whole new culture of wimping.
no.
It's a whole new culture of wimping, and it's hurt a lot of comics. A lot of comics say, man, I give up, because I can't go out and say anything because somebody is going to censor it. I'm trying not to do that. You know, I don't want to do vulgarity unless I have a room that wants it. Otherwise, I try to tool my show to that particular audience, but within that, I still want to say what I can say.
Right.
We talked to Pastor Ray from Impact Church tonight, and he was like, my audience, what they couldn't understand is, how did Michael do that hour in church and say these things he wanted to say without putting the profanity in? How do you do that without putting the profanity in?
Actually, it's not hard.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
Until you tell yourself it's hard.
Right, and I just think that again, I do worry that when you start putting shackles on comedians, when it gets to the point where you say, no, you can't talk about this group, or you can't talk about this thing,
Censorship.
or you can't talk about this, and you can't talk about, don't worry about it, y'all. Michael ain't got no warrant, so that's the LAPD helicopter. So we.
But they've been over this bill in a
You ain't
awful
like,
lot.
yeah. I've been here since Sunday, and since you got here, Michael,
Yeah,
that's
you
the
don't-
most helicopters have been over this
I don't
house.
believe that. I think they've been here all week. And you know, this neighborhood don't never have a helicopter go over it. And I've heard it 9 times in this 1 hour. So it's some, and when I came up, first thing I asked the guy who let me in the door, do these white folks know y'all up in here? You know, cause this is the heart of it. You take a chance.
See, that was.
In fact, I really want to get out of here before it gets dark and fuck around with y'all.
It's time to be smart. Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way. Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared. You dig?
I hope we can take some time to talk about my morning show. We'll get out of here. Because I don't know what your clock is on, but it looked like somebody gave you a signal, and I saw you do some shit like that.
No one gave me a signal. But the audio dude was giving me the signal about the helicopter and wanted me to stop. So what I did was I integrated the helicopter into the story, so therefore it became a part of the show.
And wasn't it beautiful? And while you're on that,
what that means is, Mike, let's see, Mike, let me show you. You talk about MCs, Mike, I'm the fucking MC.
And you're doing a damn fine job. And let me
just
tell you
so
this,
you understand.
I knew that you owned all this equipment, but I was gonna ask, did you bring these niggas too? So do you own the equipment?
Well, no, it's because I don't allow the N word. So yes, I did bring these brothers.
Oh, these brothers.
I did, yes.
Okay.
I did bring these brothers. I brought.
Well, I'm glad I didn't wear the shirt I was gonna wear. And I'd like to apologize for that word. Okay.
But I really do, man. I really do worry that we're gonna have a generation. I'm telling y'all,
Too much
they want Michael's ass. I'm telling you, Mike. We had no problem when Richard Lawson was here, Glenn Turman was here, Mario Van Peebles was here.
Then you ain't hear nothing.
Jack Kay and Bill Duke and former crackhead ghetto ass.
Oh damn!
And we've got multiple helicopters.
The project shit.
We
I
got
got
the
a tractor.
LAPD and the sheriff's office helicopters flying over this house.
Them my fans, man. They love me so much. We heard my guy went in there, you know. I remember when I smoked weed. I remember I was in D.C. coming back to Baltimore, and we were smoking. A whole car was full of smoke, and we got to one of them 6-way turns, and it said no turn on the red, but I was so high. I turned on the red, and the police was sitting right at the corner. They hit the lights, rolled right up on me. I know we going to jail. They walked towards the car. Michael Colyar, what are you doing turning on the red? I said, oh man, I'm lost. They took me to where I was going. They said, just follow me, and drove me to where I was going. They didn't say shit about the weed or nothing, you know. Now the shit is legal.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, and you clearly had to be high.
Yes.
Because I've never embarked on a 6-way turn.
Oh yeah, the 6 is 6-way. It's the corner. Nigga. I mean, excuse me. We're not using that word.
I let you finish the story, but I was like.
But there was it was 6 corners. 6 corners. So there were 6 different ways you could have gone on that street. Starting from the center, you could have went 6 ways. Yeah. You never heard of? No shit. Okay. Then I was pretty. It was good. It was that sticky, yicky. That's when I was still smoking with the professor.
That one, like DuPont Circle? Was it like a circle? It had 6 different.
It was something like that, but I don't know if it's DuPont or
because
Chevrolet or I don't know who.
I've seen the Star of David. I've seen 5. I've never seen 6.
You saw the Star of David.
No, I've seen 5 points of a star, but I've never seen 6 corners.
I see. I ain't never seen it.
See, as an interviewer, I listen to what the person. I'm just saying.
Let me just say, as a haberdasher,
I ain't
never seen a brother wear a feather. a bow of feather in his jacket.
So
now, I knew you when you wore the ascot with the matching socks.
I've been wearing it. No. So let me tell you what happened.
You been doing that for a while?
Oh yes. Let me tell you what happened.
And ain't nobody said shit?
Oh, no, he said shit.
Damn.
You know why?
May I be the first?
No, you can't.
All right, go ahead.
You can't. Here's why.
All right.
Because even Obama tried to say some shit, and I checked him.
All right.
So here's what happened. So
That's why we get a helicopter. Secret Service been on your ass ever since that day.
So every year at Essence Festival, Steve Harvey and I would have this pocket square battle going on.
Oh, okay.
And so this probably was, I think next year's the 10th anniversary of this. It probably was like 2012. I was sitting here, I was at a St. Jude fundraiser in DC. And this dude walked up and there was this green, yellow, purple feather in his pocket. And I went, what's that? And he said, they're selling these things, money go to St. Jude. And I said, shit, my sister's a designer. She can make that shit. She an artist. I said, damn, a feather. I said, shit, a feather pocket square. I said, oh, hell yeah. So I took a picture of it, So I went, to hit my sister, I said, can you make these? Mind you, my grandmother had a catering business. So I was used to when you would have the stem,
right.
You get that green tape would fly for fly.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So I something hall growing up for years. So I hit my sister, I was like, can you make these? She's like, yeah. I said, so send me 3 or 4. So she sent me 3 or 4 samples. And I was like, no, that's too long, cut this, I want this. So then she sent me about 20. I said, oh, I got something for Steve's ass. Like, Essence! So then I'm getting ready for Essence. So I got all my suits laid out. I got all my suits. I got the shirts laid out.
Right.
Ascots lined out.
Right.
I got the shoes and the sock. I took a picture on my bed. And I posted, I said, Steve Harvey, I got something for your ass. So I was on the radio talking about, I'm tweeting out. People, they like, the hell? So man, I sat there and then folks like, what? I said, it was like feather pocket square. And so then I run into Steve, man, he hollered. He thought, him and nephew Tommy, they thought I just had found some feathers and just stuffed them in the pocket.
They didn't notice the plan.
See, that's what you gotta understand. Steve's an Omega, Tommy's a Kappa. I'm an Alpha. There's a reason we are better than them. See, so they thought I had just.
And that's the reason don't either one of you talk to me, because I ain't in none of that. Okay.
That's why they grabbed some. They thought I said, no, I haven't grabbed no damn feathers. Steve was like, what? And I had all different variations, different colors, different types. And so all these brothers, they like, who the hell wearing some feather pocket squares? I said, first of all, I ain't never dressed for a dude. I dress for women.
Come on.
I said, and not one woman said, feather pocket square. This is what the woman do. She said, ooh, I like that. Okay, when a woman is doing that, she's standing right here. See, dudes running their mouths.
Let me just say this for you and all them Negroes. I am the originator of this fashion shit. What nobody, especially comedians, no comedians was wearing suits before me. I was wearing suits when Steve Harvey was still wearing hammer pants. Okay, so they started biting off style and the shirts and jackets because I come up in the 50s and the 60s.
I got you.
Where people used to dress.
Now, see,
and so I was used to that.
See, for me, my daddy dressed, and so I was used to that. But I had to hit him with something different with the feather pocket square. So, and all these cats like, man, who wear that shit? And I was like, Bill Maher. One time I did a show. Yeah, he has had me back since.
I did it one time too. He ain't had me back.
It's been 7 years. He was like, oh no. He said, no, I couldn't wear that. I was like, well, Bill, you clearly don't have the same sense of style that I do. And so we go to the White House, and so I got the ascot on, I got the feather pocket square. And so we in line, and so we go in. So all of a sudden, so we get to you know how they announce you. And Obama goes, Roller? Really? Feather pocket square? He said, not just the ascot, but the feather pocket square. Now while he's talking, Michelle's, oh my God, that's really nice. And I went, see, this ain't for you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Florida.
Wow.
He said, man, come take this picture. See, that's the deal. I had to let them guys know, see, you ain't the audience.
Wow.
So that's where the Feather Pocket Squares came from.
And that's the way it should be too. Men should actually dress for women. Women should dress for men. I would have conversations with my woman sometimes about stuff that looked good on her, and but I don't like that. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm the one who's going to be looking at you. Don't you want to wear something that I like that's going to tantalize
That what she told
me?
you?
Yeah. And no, what I said to her is, oh, that's,
gotcha.
I would like this. And she's like, well, I don't really like, I would never wear that. And I'm like, if I just told you I love it, how can you say you would never wear it? If I tell you I love it on you, you should go get 10 of them in every color.
I can't go with that.
Oh, I got to go with that. I think, like, I dress for the woman, like you just said.
But if your wife wanted you to wear something and that was just not you, would you wear it?
No.
That's my point.
Absolutely not. I would not. That's a good point.
Because my ex did that, which is why she ex. She wanted me to wear vests. Now you seen Sid.
You should leave anybody who wants you to wear vests.
Now she wanted me, and I was like, no. And now Sid has vests, but they really jackets with no sleeves. They really jackets with no sleeves. Okay, so she wanted me to wear, and I was like, no. And man, so we in the car, and so she bugging the shit out of me. I said, look, I don't like vests. I had multiple three-piece suits, vests discarded. Man, pissing me off. I said, you know what, fine, let's go to the store. We go to the mall. We walk in. I said, we try on these 2-3 vests. So they bring them on, I put them on. I say, you see how this shit look? She's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm right. I said, first of all, I ain't never had a woman dress me. Daddy knew what he was doing. Daddy raised me, he raised his son. Mama never had to dress us. I said, Daddy knew what he was doing. I said, so I need you to understand, I need you to stay in your closet.
You gonna stay in your closet.
Don't come to my closet. Because see, here's what she didn't understand. I have a short torso, longer lower body. Vest, I also have a barrel chest. Vests are normally, look better, slender frame, not wide frame. So I knew the vest did not accentuate me.
I think that
so
rule
why am I
works.
gonna wear something that doesn't accentuate me? So I'm like, I knew what the hell I liked.
I think that rule works most of the time, but I think flexibility is also important. And, well, you can say all you want, but I think flexibility is important.
So give me something. Give me something clothing.
I'll give you
that
something.
You feel just does not work for you, and you would be uncomfortable wearing it. And then if you're uncomfortable wearing it, you're now thinking about it while you're wearing it. Is there something? Is there a color? Is there a fabric? Is there something dealing with clothing? And you like, look, that's just not me. Like, I'm
not as stubborn as that.
No, I got it.
If my woman really wanted to see me in a thing, unless it was a dress or tutu or some shit, if she really wanted me to see me, if she said, oh baby, I love that on you, even if it wasn't me, I would be flexible enough to give her that. I love lingerie. I love the stockings and garter belts. That ain't her. She ain't gonna wear that. But if I love that like I love that, you telling me you can't take a night or two to slide into that because that ain't you and you feel uncomfortable.
How about this here?
That's why they become exes.
How about this here? Can you wear athletic shoes with your dress pants?
Absolutely. It's what I do right now.
Can you wear? I can't do it.
That's what I do on stage from now on. I never wear dress shoes on stage. I'm 64. I know I don't look a day over 59, but I'm 64, and now I only wear gym shoes and suits.
Can't do it. Can you wear a baseball cap with a suit?
I could do that.
You could?
Yeah, because I have some that's made out of Harlem, and they look like crowns. And a baseball cap with the emblem.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
And you couldn't do it even if your woman said, Daddy, that looks so good on you.
Could you wear a Jeffrey Osborne throwback and Kim now wears a sheer shirt?
I wouldn't want to. Let me just say I wouldn't want to. But if my baby said, Daddy, I get so hot when you wear that, I'm wearing it. I'm wearing it in all colors.
See, I
I'm putting it on. See,
I can't.
I got to have flexibility.
No, here's why I can't. Here's why I can't. Because if there's something that I wanted her to wear and she wasn't comfortable in it, see, I want her to be comfortable in it. I want her, when she walks.
Here's how I think though.
When she walks out.
I want her to be comfortable in it because I like it.
No, see.
Yeah, no. And that's about give and take in relationships.
But see, I think that's hard. I
don't think so.
No, here's why. 'Cause I think that to me, it's the equivalent of wearing a pair of shoes that don't fit. Or that just, it's uncomfortable. I'm a firm believer. So here's one thing. So, my wife would drive. My wife, not that old when she gone, but
not that old.
My wife, yeah, not that. So the one for the last 20 years. So it drove her crazy the first 2 years we were married, because we would go out and they would say, she's like, well, what's the dress for this event? I said, it's casual. And then she would see me and I put this on. She's like, I thought you told me it was casual. I said, it is casual.
That's casual for you.
I said, it's casual for me. She put on jeans and tennis shoes. Now here's my whole deal. I'm not gonna say, you know, you put them jeans and tennis shoes on. She comfortable. I'm not gonna say, you know what, babe, I would really like for you to put on something a little bit dressier. No. Don't matter. If we went to a black tie, we go, like a lot of times she'll ask me about the dress or the shoes, and I give my opinion on it, whatever. But the other times I'm like, are you comfortable? She's like, well, I really like this, but what about this? I said, oh, which one do you really like? My most important thing is, if you are comfortable, if you can walk out there, man, your full comfort and just, I'm like, go with that. That's
for
what I mean.
Mr. Rowland, for me, I find that selfish. I think that
selfish for her to be comfortable?
Yeah, I think relationships are about reciprocation, they're about give and take. So I don't think it's about rigidity. This is what I do, this is the only thing I can do to make me comfortable. If my woman say, but baby, will you try this? I'm not gonna say, no, I ain't gonna try that, because that don't make me comfortable. I'm gonna say, baby, you really like that? That ain't my thing, but you really like that? Well, let me go and try to make it look good for you. Because they're giving us some of the stuff she wants. I want her to give me some of the stuff I want. And that's why my perfect example is lingerie. That she ain't going out on the street being uncomfortable. She being uncomfortable for a couple of hours in the room with me if she gotta be uncomfortable. But it's something that I know is gonna arouse me. If she knows that's gonna arouse me, how could she say, nah, I ain't doing that cause I ain't comfortable with it. I'm just gonna wear my damn pajamas.
But see, what arouses me is her being comfortable. See, that's the difference.
Yeah, so
for
the
me,
other
it's not,
98% of the time,
right,
I make sure she's comfortable.
Right, so
but if she can't give me 2% of give and take, I don't want to be with that person.
I don't even want her. I want her. If she says to me, look, I ain't wearing, look, I'm wearing them heels. I'm wearing these flats. Kobo, do you? I think you look great in them heels, but you ain't got to wear them heels for me. See,
I'm gonna say, baby, I know you don't feel comfortable in them heels, but what happens to me when you wear them heels? Oh my Lord! And you got them fishnecks on, and you got the garter with the real garter belt, and then the breasty things, and they pushed all up the things, they're pointing at me like I'm their favorite. Mama, do something to me, make me want to go and buy you something cute.
I give a perfect example. I hate. Have you seen them sundresses? Women have, but they cut off right under the breast.
Right.
You could have the skinniest woman, she looked pregnant. I hate them dresses.
What I hate is oversized women who will wear the top and the bottom and let the fat part stick out.
See,
that's a whole different thing.
My wife loves wearing them dresses, and I would tell her, oh, I hate that damn dress. Your ass look pregnant. And I would crack on it. She's like, it don't matter, I'm comfortable. And I joke about it, but it's like, now, would I ever buy her one? Hell no. I said, you want that dress, you gotta buy that dress yourself. No, I hate those dresses.
Well, I'm never going to tell her the stuff she's wearing I don't like. But I am going to tell her the things I would love to see her.
Wait. So she put something on and she said, Michael, what you think? And if you don't like it, it don't work. You ain't gonna say it don't work?
I wouldn't know. I've never seen anything on her that I didn't like.
Oh, I'm talking if something. So if
okay, so like let's say she had to wear box on her head, I would say, I don't think I like that. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. You know.
See, she says.
Now I know you into boxes, so that's a whole different thing. But I'm just saying.
She puts on these shoes. And then and you just don't think it works. You just don't think it works with the combination.
Oh, I don't do that.
You gonna let it flow?
Yeah, I don't do that kind of thing.
Huh?
I don't do that kind of thing. I don't look at what she's.
No, if she asked you.
Oh, if she asked me, if she asked me to give my opinion, because I have a dasher.
And how you gonna
I dress more than I joke.
And how you gonna give it?
Well, I'm gonna tell her that. I don't think that works. I think that's interesting, but I don't think that.
See, you nice with it.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say, that shit fucked up. I'm not gonna ever do that because that's her taste.
See, mine is
Like I hope she wouldn't wear no crazy shit, but I see people wearing stuff in the street and I like, that motherfucker, they ain't got no friends.
See, hold up.
That motherfucker ain't no friends. If you had a friend.
Why do you use literally the exact phrase that I use? No, anybody, that's the exact phrase. When I see some crazy shit, I like, she ain't got no friends. She ain't got no friends.
She ain't got no friends.
So, okay, let me ask you.
If you had a friend, your friend ain't letting you go out looking like that.
I can't, no. I can't handle that. I can't. I just think, I'm just a firm believer in a person being comfortable with what they do, what they wear. And again, my deal is, if this is casual for me, don't be asking me to put on something else and change something else. That's what I'm saying. My wife does not buy me clothes. Let me tell you something. Okay.
My girl won't let me buy her clothes. She don't allow that shit.
No.
I could get her a pair of shoes I think are awesome.
No.
She don't like them because I bought them. No. I'm taking that back. I hope you brought the receipt. That's going back.
Mine know I got taste. I can buy.
Oh.
I can buy. She know.
Man don't know I got taste.
So I got this one for you. I got this one for you. Has your wife ever bought you something that you refuse to wear? You said, I'm not wearing that.
No, she don't buy me clothes. She doesn't buy me clothes, so I've never had an instance where she bought me something that I wouldn't wear.
My wife bought me 3 of them striped Brooks Brothers ties. And I was like, okay.
And you ain't wearing.
I went on the radio and talked about why I wasn't gonna wear them ties. No, it wasn't. My daddy, she gave my daddy. I was like, I can't stand those Brooks Brothers ties. I said, I ain't wearing them ties. So I ain't wearing them ties. I think that was the last thing she bought me.
And then you let her go?
No.
Oh.
No, we've been married 20 years. I hate those ties. And that's what, and folk were like, Roland, make her happy and wear it. No, because I'm gonna be unhappy wearing it. We take a picture, I won't be smiling.
You're a different type of.
I'll be mad.
You're a different type of gentleman.
And again, my daddy loved them.
Yeah?
Oh, my daddy loved them.
But she never buys clothes for me, so I've never had that problem. I don't have a wife. I have a girlfriend that I've been with for about 9 years. But she's never bought me clothes. And I bought clothes for her several times, and each time she's like, please don't buy me no clothes.
Now, was that because, see how you with her 9 years, but you don't know her taste, which means that if you should know what her taste is.
I should. I'm a failure. But no, I do know her taste, but I also know mine.
Right.
So when I buy things for her that I would like to see her in.
See, there you go. See that?
But if she say no, then it's cool. I give her the receipt.
See, now-
she can take it back, but I'm not gonna force it on her. No, you gotta wear this because
Right.
I think it look good. I buy it because I think, oh, baby, you'll look good in this. And she said, no, I ain't gonna never wear that. And I said, that's the end of it. Here's a receipt.
Whereas,
Bring me my change.
Whereas
Please bring me my change because I'm gonna get me something cute for myself.
Study what she wears.
And see, and that's why y'all lasted for 20 years.
And then I can study that, so therefore I then know what to buy. So therefore my shit don't get rejected like you.
No one said you're not a genius. No one said
I'm just saying.
No one said it. No one said me, I'm a mere human. And so what I'm stuck doing is giving it a shot in the dark. I don't know.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jackie Hood Martin, and I have a question for you. Ever feel as if your life is teetering and the weight and pressure of the world is consistently on your shoulders? Well, let me tell you, living a balanced life isn't easy. Join me each Tuesday on Black Star Network for A Balanced Life with Dr. Jackie. We'll laugh together, cry together, pull ourselves together, and cheer each other on. So join me for new shows each Tuesday on Black Star Network, A Balanced Life with Dr. Jackie.
Look, I can't be here all night. Let's talk about some shit I want to talk about because I gotta go.
I'm aware. So you got your morning show. Now, first of all, I thought I did your morning show already.
No, what you did is the superstar interview. And when I tell you,
How many damn shows you got?
I have 3 that are doing a regular. So 5 days a week, I do the Michael Colyar morning show. That's
Okay, what is that?
That's a show I created so people have a place to come and laugh and pray every day. So Monday through Friday, we do an hour show, 7 a.m. Pacific time, 7 until 8. We always open the show. We have a comedian, a musical artist, interview people. We just have fun. Halfway through the show, we always stop and pray. Either I do the prayer, or a minister will come on, or pray.
Okay, so do y'all pray halfway through the show because the show ain't going well?
It ain't going well. It
For the
needs
second
prayer.
half of the show?
It needs prayer so bad.
Oh, okay.
Let us get to the second half, Jesus. And we do prayer because I really believe that people are more damaged by stress and fear than this actual virus. And so I want people to have a place to come and just be able to let their hair down, laugh and pray. So that's 5 days a week. And then every Wednesday I do what you did, superstar interview. So on Wednesday I've done Wyclef Jean, Russell Simmons, Yolanda Adams, Fred Hammond, you. So that's why I do superstars and we do that. And then every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on Instagram, I read books to the children.
You read books to
I read books to the children on Instagram. I'll give puppets away. I get puppets on the show. A puppet is the host named Roscoe. I mean, because this is the time to connect with family. And I also try to encourage the children to read to their parents as opposed to the parents reading to kids. That's 11 a.m.
That's
Pacific.
1 Central, 2 Eastern. So now the kids in school, who the hell watching?
Their parents. Their parents sitting there smoking a blunt and watching me with puppets. I don't know what the hell is wrong with these damn kids.
They parents smoking a blunt, watching you with puppets at
reading children's books
at 6-way corners.
And they trying to get 6-way corners, and they trying to guess so that they can win a puppet. Okay, they're 49 years old with a blunt, and they're trying to figure out how they can win a pirate puppet. Today, all you have to do is tell me what's the puppet's favorite letter? R. So anyway, 5 adults with a joint wrote in. The first one got the puppet, but the shows are going good, and I do that every week. So I want you to just drop in, just do 5 minutes, say howdy or something. When you came before, you stayed on for an hour.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't talk at all. I didn't get a word in edgewise.
Michael,
pretty much like this show.
No, it wasn't like this show because
I ain't said shit. I said 5 sentences.
Right.
I've been here 2.5 hours.
No,
I knitted a fucking sweater. I have knitted a sweater while I was waiting for my opportunity.
I'm just saying. I mean, look, more people gonna see this, and they're gonna be sitting there emailing you, calling you, saying, Michael, that was absolutely brilliant advice Roland gave you.
It is brilliant. The email is comicking123@aol.com in case y'all do decide to email. Or you can follow me on my Cash App. That's $ Michael Colyar's money. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You want them to follow you on Cash App?
I want them to follow me on Cash App.
Give to Cash App.
No, when they follow me, they can only follow by giving.
Last question, absolute last question. When the last time you wore a blue or gray suit. No pattern pinstripe, just a blue or gray suit. With a non-patent shiny ass shoe.
No shoes on that. I wore a blue, solid blue suit Thursday night as I did the show at the Comedy Loft in DC, which I didn't know. I forgot you was there because I had some other shit to do. And so I just wore my white Jordan shoes with white socks and the blue suit with the blue tie, no stripes, no frills. All the frills was me talking shit.
Now, was that because you coming to DC and you came dressed like a DC Capitol Hill intern?
Absolutely not.
Well, if you were like a Capitol Hill intern, you would have came with some khaki ass pants, a blue shirt, and a blue blazer.
Oh, really?
That's that Capitol Hill intern look.
See, and you have this internal information of DC. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know it like that.
That's why the fuck if you come to town, you need to call my ass beforehand. Let me come to DC.
I should have called you. I didn't know. This will never happen again.
I mean, you know it's some bullshit when somebody lets you know in LA about when they were just in DC, which was last week, and let you know about it.
And nigga, I didn't know that we're in LA right now. I thought I was still in DC.
No, actually, I think we probably in Compton or something, because you notice them helicopters.
Them helicopters came into this white neighborhood for you.
I sent a text message and I sent a text message and said I will pay his outstanding warrants. Can y'all stop fucking up my interview?
This is a Jewish community. You don't even see no black people here. And y'all in here with 9 helicopters over here. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Yet they don't say the N word.
No, we do not say or allow the N word.
Not around, and you should not, sir.
Yes, precisely.
God bless you. On my show, we say it all the time. So just come to my show in the morning if you want to get that N word in. Come to Roland and make sure you don't. But for balance, you need balance in your life.
Yes, you need
balance.
balance.
So for balance, you need to come to the Michael Colyar Morning Show. It's easy to get to. You go to YouTube. It's only on YouTube. And you just go to YouTube, put in the Michael Colyar Morning Show, and we going to say that N word at least 4 times. Now, we don't allow no cussing. We got a cuss jar. So if I cuss, I got to put money in a jar. If my guests cuss, we got to put money in a jar, and then we give that jar away once it fills up, and it fills up, you know? And so
you don't allow cussing, but you allow the N word.
Absolutely.
Yep. This interview has concluded.
Yes. It's a great thing, too. We give away a lot of money. Thanksgiving, the woman won in the cuss jar $1,097 because she gets the closest to it. Oh, we got another game on Wednesday. It's called I Love My Job. So if you send in your name and your phone number, we call at random 3 names on Wednesday during the show while it's live. If you pick up the phone and say, I love my job, I love my job, I love my job, you win $100 in a basket full of shit. Now, if you pick up the phone, hello, no, bitch. You didn't win. Okay, so it's a great show. Michael Colyar Morning Show, YouTube. Tell your mama, Pookie, run, get off the couch. And you don't have to watch it when it's live. You can watch it anytime you want. We've done 255 shows. Most of them over an hour. All you gotta do is go to Michael Colyar Morning Show on YouTube. You can pick one. Watch one. Everybody been on there. Had an opera singer today. Oh, off the chain. Yeah.
You done?
Next week, the gospel strippers. No, they're not coming. They keep canceling. It had something to do with tithe. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm through. I think we got all that.
Yeah, you said you had to go. I was. You know, I didn't say.
I got more time. I just want to get some of my stuff.
The show was over. I was trying to let you go.
And I need to do some with my glasses on.
Get out of this neighborhood before the sun go down. And you done?
These are David Ford's, incidentally. Black designer, David Ford.
Not Tom Ford, but David Ford.
No, this is David Ford. This is Tom, first cousin on his mama's side. Mm-hmm. David Ford. Go to David Ford Eyewear. He's my only sponsor. He ain't give me no money yet, but he gave about 94 pair of sunglasses.
Does he have a website?
You just go to David Ford Eyewear. And on Instagram, pow, it pops up. Some of the flyest glasses.
Not like .com or .org.
He got all that, but I don't follow all that. I ain't got no time for all that. I'm just glad to get the free glasses. David Ford, you gonna love David Ford glasses. They are, I'm telling you.
I'm good, I can see.
Yeah, I can't see nothing with these right now.
Yeah,
I know I look cute, but I can't see shit.
Let me,
I can see we ain't in DC no more. Helicopter being.
I just want to
That's David Ford Eyewear.
Him right here.
That's him right there.
No, actually.
Flip up and look at some of the pictures.
No. It's David Ford Collection.
Collection. That's when you get a whole bunch of them. You just get one.
This is why I'm here. Because see, if I had not fact checked your ass, they would be on Instagram looking for David Ford.
I ain't get that kind of money. I get one pad at a time. I'm trying to get the whole collection. He can get the whole collection. I can get no collection.
Okay, it's David Ford Collection.
David Ford Collection. Y'all see that? You're going to be fly. And then you got all types. Scroll down and look at a couple of them. Men, women, everything. Fly. You got to spend that Versace money. You can look Versace-esque and not pay that kind of money. Well, you open a bag of chips? What are you opening over there? The hell? You know this is a live production. You know, he done broken a bag of Lay's. He'd have been here so long. People done took naps and shit, and Roland still talking. He'd open chips. We'd order dinner for everybody. Helicopter should be back in about 10 minutes. It's the Roland Martin Show, damn it. No N-words, but you could cuss like a motherfucker. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Nah, you're talking about some live shit. David Ford.
Can we leave now?
I'm through. Yeah, we can go now. Because I got to get this neighborhood. It's about to get dark. I got to get out of here. They find black people walking around here. Somebody going to jail. I can tell you that. I bet you I say the N-word then. Okay, I'm going to say this. N got me arrested. I just don't know how you got all these cameras and stuff. You own all of it. You got cameras sliding back and forth. You got Negroes shooting with a camera and his own personal phone. Don't you upload none of that. But ain't nobody here white. I noticed that. Ain't nobody on this crew white. 37 people on the crew. Ain't a white man nowhere around here. That's why the helicopters keep going by. They coming again. Give me 5 minutes.
Oh, black owned.
Black owned for real. He owns the cameras and the Negroes running them. I love it. I love it. He brought them all. It's a bundle. He got them as a bundle. He bundled it.
Get out of here. You got to go.
This has been a real pleasure. And I want to thank you so much. You are a king, sir.
Appreciate it, baby.
Thank you. I meant no offense to anybody. I just be trying to tell my truth, but I ain't trying to say no bad stuff about nobody. I want everybody to live and let live. And if you don't like it, fuck you too. Because here's the thing. I'm just trying to live, baby. Can't a brother just live? Let a brother live. Okay, I got to go. And you notice I didn't wear a hat on purpose? I let it sit over there on the side.
No, actually left it right there.
Right there in the middle. Did y'all get the hat on the camera though? Because the hat still won its moment.
Okay, you can't miss the hat. It's in the middle of the goddamn shot.
Well, I can't believe it. I didn't bring my chicken. If I brought that chicken, it would have been over. The rubber chicken? Please. You don't even, almost said the N-word again. I'm going to get out of here because all y'all look nervous. Okay, thank you, Roland Martin. Thank you for letting me be on your show. You're excellent, sir. Thank you. He called me when he calls the stars. Can't believe it. I guess Steve Harvey couldn't make it. Okay, gotta go.
Yep, I called him when I came to LA, but he didn't call me when he came to DC. All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But you're on speed dial now.
See that right? See right there? See, just so
I'm gonna call you in every city from now on, just to make sure you ain't there.
Just so y'all know, if whatever I do, if Michael is in the audience, that's going to be a part of the bit. I forget nothing.
I can't wait.
I bring everything
I can't wait.
back.
I'm gonna say, did you bring your crew? All them people that you employ, all them Negroes, are they in the back shooting? And the white folks can get scared. He brought the Negroes! You know, sorry. This is a great show. This is fun. I don't know how much gonna actually make it to screen though, because since we talked 4.5 hours of show, but 45 minutes. So a lot of this is gonna be on the floor.
Well, see, this is what happened when you own the shit.
Yeah,
all of it.
I love that. That's what I like most about Bob Johnson. When he was at BET, he used to say, I don't work here, I own here. I used to love that phrase. I can't wait till I can say that, you know.
But Sheila also owned.
Oh, they
Which is why when they got divorced, she got half.
She did get half, but all you need is 1/2 of $1 billion. And that's a good afternoon. Wait.
No.
I shouldn't even say this.
She got half and also his company too. She got
half of the company.
Yeah.
I still think you're right though.
Yeah, he
I think it might be right though. I think
right.
They both were kind of cushy. And she did put in the initial money. So you got to remember, folks, to help you get there.
So I remind you that.
So I ain't mad at that.
People say Bob Johnson founded BET. No, Bob and Sheila.
That's true. That's true. She did get the money and the judge, but that's a different story. Don't bring me in on that, because now you just get messy. He just get messy. You know, that's his thing. That's his thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it still on? Okay.
Yeah, we're done.
They done cut this stuff off 20 minutes ago. We just babbling now. Y'all know he ain't even looking stuff. You know he ain't filming nothing. Everybody doing other stuff. He been eating for 40 minutes. He got a package of shit he done opened up over there in the bag. He's so annoyed. At this point, he's so bored that he's loudly opening the bag.
Right, the audio person. The damn audio
and he's
person.
so you know he hear it. He's an audio person. He hears himself opening these crunchy ass bags.
So out of everybody in the room who should not be
Are
opening
there
a loud
any
ass
more
bag,
indicators
it's the audio
that
person.
this shit should end? Is there anything else we could possibly do? The police that came, the helicopters went over here, the sound man that crunched every bag. He done packed his shit and started making phone calls to the house. The little thing that's been sliding back and forth to stop sliding. What the fuck? Okay, all right, it's time to go. I can get this neighborhood. Thank you, Roland. What a fun show.
I appreciate it, baby.
I love it. I love them shoes. I ain't lying about that shit.